Episode 9, dude. PJ Sun Podcast. Episode 9. Here we go. Hanging out in the basement. Got my youngest Savvy with me. Say, what up?
What up?
What's going on?
Nothing. Just got back from my game.
Yeah.
Took a shower and everything.
How'd it go?
It went good. We won 1-0, and we played as hard as we possibly can.
You guys did play really well. How'd you win this one?
A foul on that person, on one of our persons on our team. A foul on him, or foul on her.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Foul on her.
Yeah, and then
Where was it?
well, it's like in the corner kind of, but then the ref moved it kind of like to the.
Oh, it was in the box.
Yeah, because the ref moved to the other side, so we had a better like kick, like from the other side, and then she kicked it up.
It was a penalty kick.
Yeah.
1-0. But you guys were on offense most of that game, so that was a really good game.
Yeah, I was goalie one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't have too many, maybe like 2 or 3 times it came over, but not as much as you think.
You know, it's a trip to me. It's like, you're not one of the tallest girls on the team.
Not
So
even close.
to me, you're a really good goalie. But to me, like, there's so much that you can't even reach.
Yeah,
So tactically, it doesn't seem like a good idea to me. I'm just thinking, you know what I'm saying?
we had a smaller goal.
It is a smaller goal. I
Did
get
you-
that.
But did you see the goal on that side and the goal on our side? Ours was smaller than theirs.
That's not true.
Positive, that's true.
They can't do that. They can't have one goal bigger for one team and one goal bigger for the other.
Okay, maybe not, but it was like it looked.
It looked like it.
Yeah, but then we usually don't have those small goals, so I was like, oh, maybe this would be easier. It was kind of easier because it wasn't like that much to cover, but it was still a lot.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Did you just try to make up a story for me and sell it to me like that there was 2 different size goals?
Yeah, kind of. It sounds different.
I turned your mic down a little bit because it's a little close.
Okay, that's
If
fine.
you back it up just a little. All right, stop there. See what's up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still good. You can tilt it down. Like yeah. All right,
yeah, that's
now
good.
that'll be perfect.
Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. Don't be sorry, dude. You're learning.
Yeah.
You've been on one episode with me, and it was really good, but I was a little too.
Information.
Yeah, I gave a little too much, like, as far as security goes. Like, we were just talking about school and stuff. It wasn't the biggest deal in the world, but I don't necessarily want anybody, you know what I mean?
I can understand that.
You're my daughter, so. So, what do you want to talk about? Oh, this past week, I had a really good week. I got to work with the maintenance guys at work this week. I was on what's called Extra Man. So, since we do a 12-hour swing shift at the Lock and Dam, we always have an extra man or two. So say you're working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and then your child or your car or something goes on and you need that off. That's what I'm the extra man, so that's what I'm there for, is to cover it.
Did you like it? Was it fun?
I love that. I like, that's my type of work. We didn't, but some people from the Corps of Engineers were setting instrumentation in one of our upper valves.
Oh, okay.
Instrumentation that reads water levels and how much water is coming into the valve when we open it. This all has to do with Lock and Dam 25. We are a 600-foot chamber.
Yeah. Really big.
Well, it's not. It's actually small, but
Thought we had the biggest one.
no, the reason behind this is that we are in the earlier process. It started, but we are putting in a 1,200-foot chamber. So we're going to have a chamber twice as big as the one we have now.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason behind that, you know how I've told you when those boats come in, how they have to break apart and then go back together once they get out?
Yeah.
Now they won't have to do that. They'll just drive in. We'll lift them up or take them down depending on which direction they're going, up or down the river. And so it will decrease the time that it takes to lock through, which will increase the amount of traffic we can flow through, which ultimately will move commodities up and down the river faster.
Yeah. Do you guys have any new people that came or anything? Any new
That work at
Yeah.
the lock? No, not yet. But we might. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it's going to work they have said that there might be a need for more maintenance guys, just because there's going to be so much more equipment.
Yeah.
But we don't know any of that for sure. This is a project that will take.
A while.
It's going to be years, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's slow rolling, but we're getting started. So last week was one of those ones we had a crane out, and what I do, locking the boats through, I don't get a lot of satisfaction or gratification. It's just like it's a really slow process. It's a great job. Don't get me wrong, but when I'm with the maintenance guys, there's more. Sometimes it's metal work and welding and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll go with the electrician Steve and help him out, and but it's all around just more fun work to me. You get to see like an accomplishment at the end of the day, like something was done.
Yeah.
Where locking boats doesn't feel often like you've accomplished anything. It's just kind of like you're watching these guys. If it's a full tow or a double, we call it. It takes like an hour and 40 minutes or something total to get the whole process done.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of standing there and watching these guys and making sure they're safe, which is important. And don't get me wrong, I started from the bottom as an operator. I'm a shift chief now, which I didn't go up in. I'm not in charge of anybody or anything like that. I'm nobody's boss or anything like that. It's just a little bit more responsibility. But I'm still cool with like where I started from, and I understand how important the job is, and that's why I have a job, is to lock boats. But after going on 7 years of being there, I have found my way. I like the maintenance side of it a lot.
Yeah. So like, have you guys like for a while? I mean, I think it's a good thing that people are like making sure like people are okay, because you guys had an accident not too long ago.
Yeah.
That kind of was pretty upsetting. Cause
Yeah.
It was like his first day on the job.
Second
Day, that sucks.
20 years old, I think.
I mean, you know what I say?
But yeah.
So he was going to unload everything from hook it or something.
Yeah, he was going from the boat to a barge.
Yeah, and something like happened. He put his foot on something wrong or something like that.
Well, yes and no. Day one stuff, when you get out on the river, you do not jump from a barge to you just don't do that.
Yeah.
And
he went through, and
I believe he started to step over. We believe, and I don't know any of this to be true, so nobody quote me or anything here. But anyway, there was an accident, and the poor kid fell into the river in between the boat and the barges, and unfortunately didn't make it out. So
pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
But, I mean, someone was over there yelling at him to stop, like, don't do that. So
I believe,
like, didn't hear and stuff.
Well,
really
he's
upsetting.
new.
Yeah.
When you're new, you don't know what's going on, and you don't quite all the time see the danger in things.
Yeah.
So, it's what we call a rookie mistake. A rookie is a person who's doing something for the first time, or on the river we call them green. So, whether and he might have been told that rule, and while things are going on, it was like the first time he'd ever locked, and he could have just gotten confused or kind of jumped the gun a little bit, no pun intended, and yeah, it didn't turn out well for him. Another guy just got not long ago. The story that we got was, those big ropes that when I got out there for Echo to chew on.
Yep.
We call that a line on the river. We don't call it a rope.
Yep.
I don't know exactly how it happened. I don't know. I don't have any facts, and I'm not an attorney. But one of those things blew up. Those things are built to stretch, they can stretch out a long way.
Yeah.
But things can only stretch so much before they break. When that piece out there that I have for Echo to chew on, people, one of the towboats blew a line one time, and it already had an eye on it, which is, if you're not familiar, there's a way that you can take a single rope, if you will. This is a pretty thick, like 2-inch marine line. And you can weave it back through itself to put an eye in it, or just a loop, basically. But if something happens when the towboaters are trying to stop the cut that we call, they're trying to stop barges that are moving, if they don't wrap it up correctly on the kevel, or if there is if it's going a little too fast and they don't feed it out correctly, it can blow. And well, first of all, Savvy, it sounds like a shotgun. I mean, it's really loud. But the other part of that is when something is being stretched with that much force and it blows, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So it rips really hard, and it when it hits people, it generally is not good.
Yeah. So, what, like, did he make it?
No, he got knocked into the water and went underneath of the barges. And when barges are loaded with, let's just say corn, that's a big one for us. They're about 9 feet underwater. So once you get underneath of that, you can't see which way's up. There's no light down in the bottom of the Mississippi, underneath a barge in the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
You cannot tell where you're at. You get completely confused. Plus, he got hit with the line. So,
Yeah.
You could just imagine that the breath got knocked out of him anyway. And I mean, it's terribly sad. No one wants to have an accident like that at work.
Maybe he got like knocked out for a little bit, and then was like he woke up after a couple seconds, and then was like, "Oh, what am I doing? Where am I at?" And then this like just didn't make it up there. in
Well,
time.
regardless, you have, when you, like you said, wake up, you have to take a breath, and there's no way to breathe for humans underwater, as you know. So,
Yeah.
that one was unfortunate too.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of unfortunate things in this
Yeah,
world.
a lot of accidents. It's a very dangerous job for those guys, and so that's our job, is to make sure that they're safe and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And sometimes you gotta get on them, and then if we have some new guys at work, we gotta make sure that they know the proper procedures for everything, because if they don't, then an accident could happen, and it does sometimes, unfortunately. And the whole goal is to go to work to make money to provide for your family, not to get hurt. So
Yeah, so it kind of sucked with what happened.
it's a bummer for sure. So
Yeah.
hopefully with this new 1,200-foot chamber, we can minimize the chances of accidents like that happening. That's the idea, but again, it's going to take a while, and but it's a neat project to be around. I mean, I hope I get to see it actually run before I retire, but that's
You should. Sorry.
well, I hope so. It's just a time thing, I mean, if when they run into issues, it's usually but here's something funny I'll tell you.
Okay.
Lock 25 construction was started in late 1934, early 1935. And it was complete. We locked our first boat through there in 1939.
1930.
So way back then, we had so much less technology and equipment and everything. We had this is 1930s.
Yeah.
There's photos. We have photographs of the original project, and it's just wild to see how different things were. But they got that done in roughly 4 years.
Yeah.
And this one has no shot at being done anywhere close to 4 years. So that's kind of weird to me, that our technology right now is so much better and so much more advanced, and just the cranes and the equipment are so much bigger and stronger and everything else, and there's no possible way. How is that? How do you think that is?
Maybe because it's bigger.
Of course.
It's going to take a lot more parts and things to get it put together. Days, they're not going to be able to do it. Days, they're going to be able to do it. So it's definitely not going to be done in 4 years.
That's all very true, but
I mean, if they work hard enough and get it done, get half of it done, that first say you get you're working on one part of the boat to start,
yeah.
and you finish that part that first day, and then keep doing that next day. Yeah, maybe might not finish in 4 years, but you're going to get it really close to being done.
I don't know.
And parts you have to buy parts, find parts, maybe make parts. You have to use that saw thing.
Well, the thing with the river is, to do anything in water is a huge project in and of itself, right? So what we do is they call them coffer dams. We put that around everything and then pump the water out of it to have a dry place to work. Well, that's a huge job in and of itself to get anything on the Mississippi River dry, right?
Yeah, 'cause it's
So
all
there's
over.
so much setup and so much planning and so much engineering and you know, it's a lot, but it's just funny to me how 80 whatever years have gone by, you know, and it seems like it's going slower than it did back then. So
Yeah.
you don't have to let him out. He's just gonna stand there.
Okay.
Echo's down here, of course, with us, guys.
He's always down here.
He,
Um.
it's funny that I drove. Oh, let's tell this story. We haven't told this yet. I wanted a dog. When I'm at work, you know, I'm into security, of course, for my family, like everybody else. And I wanted a dog. I grew up with big dogs, German Shepherds and Rottweilers and stuff my whole life. So I wanted a quote unquote protection dog around here for my family.
Yeah.
Alicia, as you know, your grandpa Mark always had
Dobermans.
Dobermans her
Yep.
whole life growing up. He's had I don't know how many of them, and
I think 10, because a lot of them passed away.
yeah,
Around that, and then he's getting another one.
I know he's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
He's had a lot.
Yeah.
So Alicia wasn't big on the German Shepherd thing, and that's only because of the hair.
I love German Shepherds.
I know, me too. But she does the cleaning, and so you have to. So I had to bend a little bit. She thought Rottweilers were big, slobbering, crazy dogs, which they are, but
Mhm.
much like the Doberman, they are so protective and loving and all that stuff too. So
Yeah.
I wanted a dog. She said, okay, if it's a Doberman. I start looking around for Dobermans. For some reason, maybe it's just here, I don't know, but they're not quite as popular as they once were. What's up?
There was. Can I say like? You can say it, but I don't want to like say where we got them from.
I don't care where you, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they're not really popular around here, so Dad couldn't find.
Well,
that.
hold on, I'm building.
Okay, go ahead.
So storytelling is like, I want you to be in your car or at your home listening to this, and you start to see the picture that I'm trying to paint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, but you can fill in anytime. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
So we looked around, and to find, you know, when you get dogs like that, it's a good idea sometimes. I'm starting to wonder if it's that good of an idea, but it was important to me to have, like, at the time, a dog with papers, and that way you can trace back their lineage. If you wanted to, it's called breeding a dog. If I wanted Echo to have puppies, you can sell them for a lot more, and you
Yeah.
know, like, their bloodline and stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're looking around for these dogs, and a purebred Doberman. We have Echo's an American Doberman. There's American and European. Little bit difference in stance. Sometimes in weight. Their head looks a little bit different. Their snout on the European or German, their snout's a little more round, kind of like, you know, what's Hank?
Yeah, Hank.
You know, how his nose and mouth look a little bit different.
Yeah, like a little bit more round.
Yeah. So we've got the one, you guys remember Snoop when he transformed into a Doberman in that music video a long time ago. That's American. And little fun fact, little Dixie Cup fun fact, Snoop was actually at first going to change into a Rottweiler. And then they started looking, and they were like, man, you actually kind of look more like a Doberman if you had to. And sure enough, he does. He's got like that long skinny face.
But like they all kind of like I feel like every Doberman I've like seen, they all have flappy ears. But then like Echo, we have his ears like pit up,
Cropped.
so like cropped, and most people have done that. So like we have done that, and it turned out really good. I love his ears. My grandpa didn't. He really didn't take care of it as much, so I feel like it didn't really work for Hank.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
Well, he tried to do it himself, which is, you know, but another thing, there are a lot of states that it's illegal.
yeah,
I think in Europe, it's totally been banned.
yeah, definitely.
I'm not. I guess I shouldn't say that, but
I
for the
think
most
actually-
part, there are not a lot of places where you can get their ears cropped anymore. It's
Yeah.
they say that it's mean to the dog and all that stuff. And to be completely honest with you, folks, if I got another Doberman, I'm not positive if I would.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks cool and he looks aggressive and all that, which he's far from aggressive. I shouldn't tell anybody that. Never mind, he's mean, and if you ever see him, he will bite you.
But like, yeah, I mean, I was kind of like, so like when we got the ears put on, like, the
Cropped, yeah.
he was really small. I mean, he looked really funny with it, like Patrick or something like that. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the best thing.
Right.
Like,
So we find a guy in Spiro, Oklahoma, who had paper dogs and a good bloodline, and
it was a lot of them too.
Yeah, there was a big litter, and so they were a lot cheaper. What?
Yeah, they were a lot cheaper, definitely. But like, so when my dad went because we were at school.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So at the time, the kids were going with their mom on Wednesdays. Okay, so I come home. Do you remember when I came home with like the leash and the bowls and stuff? Do you remember any of this? You guys were like, well, are we getting a dog? I'm like, no, maybe, because we were talking about it, the whole family, and we talked about like golden retrievers, and we were having open conversations about it. But
oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, but you guys didn't know it was a secret plan.
I thought you were getting him, like buying him for like a present for someone. Like that's all. I didn't really think of anything like, oh, we're getting a dog or like a cat or something.
Yeah.
I really didn't think of that. So
well, yeah, I didn't. I wanted it to be a surprise. So I get the kids on the bus Wednesday morning. 7:36, I think you guys' bus showed up a couple years ago when I got them.
Yeah.
Actually, 4 years ago. And so I went and got them on the bus, came home, got in the car. It was 7 hours down there, so 7 hours back. Plus, I kind of held up an hour with stopping and letting him pee, and he was, howling the whole time. I've got a video, and it's hilarious, him sitting in the front of the car. But
we'll play for you guys to hear it.
I'll see if I can.
Yeah.
But so it was a 16-hour day total.
Yep. It was a long
driving.
time.
Yeah. Alicia had a baseball game, so she went to work and then went to her other job for MLB, and she got home at like 11:40 or so. I mean, it was late. And I had just gotten home with him, like as she was pulling up. So
yeah,
which one is it? Hold on.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you got the dog, like when you got Echo.
Yeah.
All right. So like when he was pulling up to the driveway where all the dogs were.
Yeah.
Echo. There's tons of dogs. I'm not like just Echo.
There were 4 males and I think 3 females left.
Yeah. Well, we really wanted a male because it was just something we wanted. So Dad went up there and he just went up there to go talk to the guy and then go look at the dog puppies and see which one. One puppy just ran right up to him.
No, so all right, you're right, but just because I want your story to be as good as it can be. The wife was home, the husband was at work, and so I called the wife when I'm coming like over these railroad tracks. She said, "Yeah, just whatever house on the right." And I pulled up, and it's a beautiful farm. I don't know what these people did, but they had it going on. And so she let all the 4 males out.
Yeah.
She had sent me a photo. There's only 3 in this photo, but there were 4 there that day. And they were just running around. And I'm like, ma'am, this is the first Doberman I've ever bought. Is there anything that, like, one would stick out more? And she was like, they're all really similar. Da, 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 da. So they're all kind of running around in the farm, just huge grass, like fields everywhere. And
yeah.
So they all looked exactly the same to me.
Yeah.
Paws were the same. I mean, teeth were the same. I looked at them a little bit, but I'm not some professional dog buyer. But
was it kind of hard to like see, like, because they were kind of all running around and like see which one that looked like?
It was impossible.
And then.
So then I kind of squatted down and I said, "Hey, which one of you wants to come home with me?"
And one just ran right up to Dad.
Echo came over and said hi. So I was like, well, and she goes, "Well, I mean, how can you deny that?" I said, "I can't. That I have no way to deny that."
So Dad has stuck him, and now we have Echo now.
Here he is.
I think this is a video.
Yeah.
So it's good. It might be kind of loud.
Hold on.
Echo. 'Cause 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 'cause
He can hear it playing. About 12 of the 15, no, about 7.5 of the 8 hours home. That was what I was listening to.
Was it cool?
Yeah. Did you hear him? He can come. Guys, when I started playing that, I played it the other day. Just, I don't know why I was looking at it, but he came over like, where's his puppy at? But he just walked over when I pressed play again. But yeah, so the whole way home, just howling. And then we'd stop somewhere and people would want to talk and see him. And so I get home right before Alicia. She pulls in the driveway. And it was just over from there. He's been her dog ever since. But so the next day,
we came.
I had him outside. He cut the grass with me. He was just walking he was almost between my legs walking while I was cutting the grass.
You have a video of that.
I got a video of that too, yeah.
He was just walking between, so he was cutting the grass, and then he was running after him. Alicia was videoing it, running after him, and then behind his legs. It was really funny.
Remember how little he was? He's
yeah, he was
he couldn't keep up.
A piece of paper, kinda.
Yeah.
Like that size. It was really cool.
So then it's coming time for the bus to show back up to drop the kids off Thursday. And I went up there and stood there with their puppy. And I could hear my oldest Chevelle has one of those screams that hurts your whole head.
Mm-hmm.
And Savvy doesn't have the same scream, but they're very distinct. And I could hear just howling coming off the bus. So they got to meet their little puppy.
And then right when we got home, it was literally, I just literally took him from everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I love dogs. So right when we got home, I took him and I picked 2 pillows, one for me, one for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just laid there, took a 2-hour nap together.
Yeah.
It was the best, and I'm so happy Echo's my dog.
You have a special bond with dogs.
Yes.
Everywhere we go, you're like me, like a weirdo. Dogs like you for some reason. It's funny.
Yeah. Cats don't like me.
That's not true. Cats don't like anybody. Cats are they're really independent. They don't need us like dogs. They're better. They're fine by themselves. Where dogs, they want our love and affection like we want theirs. So, but yeah, you definitely have a bond with dogs like I do, I think.
Yeah. So that was we just had a little bit of that and a game. Only one game this weekend, and then we had another thing.
Oh yeah.
Chevelle, it was turning 13. She had her own her birthday was last Wednesday. Today's Sunday.
Yeah.
Her birthday was Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
Well, what did she get to do on her birthday?
So it was my dad's weekend or week with Chevelle for her birthday, and they went to the mall, and then they went to go eat. And
Let's not skip over this.
What?
Her and Alicia went to the mall and freaking Lululemon.
I was coming back to that.
Oh.
But yeah, they spent a lot.
Ridiculous. But
Lululemon's $100 for everything. It was crazy.
She's 13 and has virtually straight A's. And
yeah. It was kind of for both.
They're all really good kids, but, this is her 13th birthday, so it was special.
It was kind of for both because she's doing really good on her school and everything like that.
Yeah, really good at cheer, and also you guys are just good people, so
yeah, but
it's worth it.
But this weekend Saturday, she had a party. There was posts, so okay, we had some food. Some Chick-fil-A, some
How
pizza.
many Chick-fil-A nuggets?
124. And then 5 boxes of pizza.
6
boxes of pizza.
But why did it start out Chick-fil-A and then we had to add 6 boxes of pizza, Savvy?
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
And then we're only gonna have 12 girls and 5 boys.
It started out 12 girls and 4 boys, I think, which was a problem, folks.
So then we had a big news. There's 45 girls.
I don't think 45.
Okay.
Too freaking many.
23 girls maybe.
The girls
and about 25 boys. It was not our plan. It was really crazy. They made a really big mess. I was kind of the one telling Dad literally everything they were saying.
Hang on a second. I was never all that pumped about having 12 and 13-year-old boys in my house, people. I was a 12 and 13-year-old boy. I know exactly what they're up to. Savvy, I can't get into it with your little ears on, but I know exactly what they're up to. And
I
they're
know.
little, put on your earmuffs real quick. They're little motherfuckers.
I heard that.
So, no, not all of them. But
Some of them, yeah.
I wasn't into the idea, but I do understand that, kids are growing up and girls and boys hang out. And what I don't want to be, guys, is the dad who, is cleaning guns and like acting like some hard ass in front of these kids. Because when I was young, I found that the dads that were cool, I wanted to be extra respectful and do things right. Cause I'm like, man, your dad's a cool guy. I like if he asked me to get you home by 11, I want you home. And this was not when I was 12 and 13, a little bit.
Yeah. Can I keep going with the story? Oh, no.
But, so I didn't want it really. I was never that pumped on it, but Alicia and I talked and Chevelle and I talked and I said, here's the deal, man. I've never had boys in my house before. So, first things first, we will be having a conversation. She goes, Dad, they already know. I'm like, okay, good. So, a couple of them show up. They a couple of them had, some of them had practice and games and stuff like that. So they got here a little bit later, but the first 3 or 4 that came over, I said, hey man, let me talk to you guys for a minute. And we went out in the garage and I said, here's the deal. I want you guys to have fun and you're welcome in my home and you can eat and we got sodas and water in the fridge and, have fun. But, there will be no closed doors in my home. Unless it's the bathroom. Obviously, there's only going to be one person in the bathroom at a time, but I also expect you to be respectful to myself, my wife, my home, my daughter, my other kids, just all in all be respectful. And I got a bunch of yes sirs and carry on. So they all, and then they start slowly showing up and Savvy, you can take it from there.
All right, so they all start showing up. First crowd came, and then the last 10-5 came. And it was really crazy. The basement was filled with kids. And the field upstairs was girls dancing and a couple boys.
Mm-hmm.
We had a boy in crutches with a broken leg. So, yeah. But we had a couple problems. The boys the girls were doing good. They were having fun, dancing around, just living their life.
The girls weren't a problem.
Yeah. But the boys, all, they started, kind of rustling on the couch. Not like what you think about, not fighting, but, playing around, having fun. They need
horseplay.
Yeah. But,
tomfoolery.
All, the pillows are messed up. And, it's not only that. It's just, they need to understand that it's not their couch. And, kind of, just be respectful.
Yeah.
And
to my stuff that I worked hard for. I came from a very small duplex and apartment that could fit in my garage now. So Alicia and I have worked very hard to put this home together. And, as happy as I am to have you in my home, I'll be goddamned if you're going to treat it in any way other than respectful. You're not going to break my shit.
Yeah. So, then most of the boys came downstairs. We had 5-10 girls just laying down here on the ground, just playing around. They were playing basketball because we have a basketball hoop for cash. They were playing basketball, having fun. And it was just they were touching all this. So, we have our studio down here.
Well, and what did I tell them not to do specifically?
Well, before everything happened, my dad came down here and said, do not touch any of the workout equipment. You can hurt yourself. None of our equipment for our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And do not touch the walls because we have needles coming out of it because...
Nails.
Because
it's unfinished, guys. There's an exterior wall and the nails that are holding on the siding. I just don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah, and then be respectful with all the things. So, if we have workout things in some places, some boots and stuff like that down here. Just be respectful with it. My dad had to come down here again because Savvy went up to tell him everything.
Yes, you did.
And Shy. That's my cousin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shy and Sierra.
You were my little special agent, weren't you?
Yeah. So I went up there. He came back down and just gave it, not mean, but gave a quick chat,
Stern.
let everyone know again. do not touch these things.
Yeah.
Be respectful with everything we have.
Yeah.
Didn't work again. So after a couple more times, you came down here. We shut the basement off.
Let's not skip over that there was trash all over the place, cake pop wrappers and sticks and
Yeah.
waters and I
And
mean, just completely like throwing stuff everywhere.
And
Now,
and
when you have those kind of kids over, and you might someday, I would say you should not and maybe rent out a place or something, but I expect a little, you know what I mean? I get it, man. They're kids and they're all having fun, and then we gave them soda, which is a bad idea because now you got a bunch of pubescent little badass kids over here running around. This place stinks like a sock and like one of them little, what do you call it, Urban Air or one of those jump around places.
Oh, yeah, Urban
Disgusting,
Air.
sweaty ass little boys.
but like after you said stuff and you went to talk to like every single one of the boys, you missed like 5 boys that came in. You didn't talk to them. So
It was past the point of like I had already spoken up a couple times when there was roughhousing going on in my house and jumping over my very expensive couch and stuff. Like I had to drop the hammer.
But like, so after he said things, they kept doing it. Like people were doing on your workout stuff. People were messing with that. People were messing with this,
Oh, yeah.
and it just didn't stop. So we actually just like people were hanging on your punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife had to come down here and tell them to not do that, and we have to move that TV back because of them too.
Mm-hmm.
So we just said everyone upstairs now. We had to sing to Chevelle anyways, but like the downstairs was complete shut. So after that, I heard a couple down here I heard a couple people talking and like, I want to go to the gas station. Let's go to the gas station. About like more than like 20, 25 boys got up and walked outside.
There was not 20 or 25.
Okay, but
It was 10.
a pretty good amount of people,
Yeah.
a pretty good amount of boys walked outside. I kind of heard they said they were going to do that, so I let my dad know. He went outside and was like, what is everyone doing? People said they were waiting for parents. And
Wait a minute. We skipped ahead.
What?
At a certain point, when all the rough house was going on, I said, everybody call your parents. It's time to go. Folks, my very intelligent wife timed this thing for 6 to 11.
That's what she.
Now, if there were 10 girls over here or something, I don't even care if they all stay the night. That's not a problem for me. They don't, I mean, they're loud and stuff, but like they're not destroying things. 6 to 11 was too much for me. And I'm sure all you guys out there are more patient than myself. And I did try really hard, and I think I did really well. I know I did really well for a long time. But there's a certain point when it was enough. So
And
I said, everybody call your parents.
everyone called their parents, except a pretty good amount of group. They went outside and was like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my parents." After 5 minutes passed, 2 minutes passed, they went inside. They went to the deck.
Because I was standing out front with them waiting on their parents as well.
Yeah, and then I went in there.
So
I was
then
like,
they walk in the house and then go back to the back deck. I'm still out front.
and I hear that they're gonna jump over the gate and run the QT again, and all run home.
QT is Quick Trip. It's a gas station about a quarter mile from my house. Now,
Yeah.
why did I have a problem with letting kids leave here and go walk around at 10 o'clock at night, Seb?
Because first of all, people. Second of all, you are not controlled. You are responsible to watch those kids while they're at your house.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't really do anything after. I mean, like, okay, so they walked to the back. I heard that they were going to jump the fence. I went to go tell my dad. He came in and said, everyone outside, if you have a parent, that is going to come pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty good amount of people walked outside. One parent showed up. Half of the kids.
She got a bunch. Them freaks got a bunch of the kids out. There was
Yeah.
like, I don't even know how many of them.
Half of the kids. And then they started saying, people run, because like they know nothing like.
Well, I can't put my hands on somebody else's child.
Yeah. So there was this one kid that was just making his way down, just wanting to go. So dad just said, well, I can't stop you. I can't touch you or anything. So just go on right ahead, have fun. He left.
You want to go be a tough guy and walk the streets by yourself at night? You're lucky you live in St. Charles County, because there's some neighborhoods I grew up in and that I know of that you would be, little white boy, you'd be scared to walk outside the door,
Yeah.
much less taking off walking by yourself. But he's a tough guy, you know, and I could tell I could tell he's gonna be a problem. So
So he
I said, dude, there's nothing I can do. You wanna leave, leave. Just get the fuck away from my house. Basically, I didn't say that to him, but that was my thought process. Was like, I'm just done with all you boys. I want you all to be out of here. So yeah, he took off walking.
And then we had 3 boys. One boy charged his phone.
No names, yeah.
One boy charged his phone. The 3 boys that were left, they caused no problem. They were
No.
really respectful
No.
and just really nice.
Yeah.
So we waited for their parents to get here, and everything was good after
Talk
that.
to their parents
Yeah.
and let them know that your
wasn't
child
them.
was not the problem whatsoever.
Yeah. So then we had a pretty good amount of girls, and yeah, not too many girls, not too many people. We had two people stay the night. So after a little bit, those people got picked up.
Yeah.
Even though it was closer to 11, so they got picked up at like the exact right time. And then that was pretty like.
Look, dude, when all these kids get into a place savvy, and you're gonna find this when you go to parties and stuff as you get a little bit older. I get it. Having a parent like me around, it's not like the most fun thing in the world, but when there's not parents around, kids do stupid stuff. That's what growing up is about. I get it. I was one of them, and I was worse than any of those boys that were in here. But that's why I know what to look for and have a pretty good idea what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened last night was very normal. However, the list grew way past the point that I was okay with. I was informed that there was going to be about 4 or 5. I can keep a hand, I can keep an eye and keep 4 or 5 of any people pretty much under control. It got to a point where like then now you got 6 here and 5 down there and then this and that, and it was just like Alicia had a buddy of hers come over and they're kind of so it's like I was just done.
People were just showing up, coming in. Some people didn't even get invited to the thing,
Right.
and they just came in the house.
Right. Again, very normal stuff. This is nothing new. This is what's been everybody here listening has done this when they were a kid, and it's very, very normal. So it's no surprise, but it was enough for your boy. I was done. I was done with it. So I kicked everybody out.
Yeah.
I had everybody leaving. I don't give a damn. I'll do it again. But I learned something, and that's a wrap on all that.
Yeah.
That
So
will never happen again.
maybe on my birthday, probably. Yeah.
Nah, you will not. If I'm telling you, I learned so much. But
We're,
dude,
we're renting a place, and we're gonna have some people over.
I'm not having that many boys at anywhere I rent either, because I'm still responsible for that. My credit card goes on the bill to hold the place and all that stuff. It's a wrap, dude. I'm telling you, you can have some friends. Not a problem whatsoever. We're gonna have an awesome 13th birthday party for you and your brother. There's just gonna be a little bit more limitations on this one. Yesterday was a day, huh?
Yeah, it was a lot. Everything got eaten pretty quick. Chick-fil-A nuggets were gone 1 second.
That
I
was a
only
wrap.
had 2 chicken nuggets. 2. We had cake pops. Those were
4
gone.
dozen cake
Yeah.
pops and a little cake to sing the stupid happy birthday, and then we forgot the freaking candle.
So she just blew out of a lighter.
I stood there like an idiot with like one of them torch lighters, and she blew it out.
Yeah, so then we had just a lot of trash downstairs, and there's a mess everywhere.
Yeah.
So all those people left, and all the girls, and then 2 of the girls that were staying the night. I was literally one of the tiredest persons. I went to bed right when everyone left. I was waiting mostly for the boys to leave because I wanted to make sure they're not going to be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So I went to bed, and that was pretty much my night. It was really fun. I'm
It was a good time.
graduation
Until it wasn't.
13-year-old Chevelle.
Yep.
Big 1-3.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really what happened Saturday.
She ended her birthday with a bang today, didn't she?
Yeah,
Was she
she is at Six Flags.
What do they do at Six Flags in October? Like, why do you go to Six Flags at night during October?
I don't know.
It's this Scare Fest or whatever they
Oh,
call
Fright Fest.
it. Fright Fest, yeah.
I don't know why.
So-
I don't know why you let her go. She's gonna have a panic attack.
I know.
She already had one last
Yeah.
time she went.
She was texting me. So I'm going to bust on her a little bit. You guys don't even know about this, but we're on the way to her friend's house. And when her friend, Chevelle had asked me last week, hey, would it be cool if I go here with so-and-so Sunday night? I know it's going to be a little bit late, but like end of my birthday thing. And I'm like, yeah, man, Fright Fest is cool at Six Flags. It's fun. You go there, it's dark, and then people jump out and scare you, and the rides are all dark with cool lights. I get it. It's a good time. Don't get
Yeah,
me wrong.
yeah.
I understand it. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So her girlfriend that she's going with today comes and asked me last night. I said, yeah, rip me off the details. Oh, here she is right here. Sorry, I forgot to text you right as we left, but the monsters were standing at the exit. It was scary. Let's see what else she says. We left about 10 minutes ago. Okay, love. So her friend hits me up last night. Hey, Dom, is it okay if Chevelle goes with us tomorrow? And I said, yeah, give me the details. Well, we're going to leave my house at this time and then get home at this time. So who's going with you? My mom and me and Chevelle and so and so and so and so. Okay, that's cool. Now, I guess she actually never said my mom is walking around the park with us. I just assumed if I'm taking you and your friends, I'm gonna walk around. Now, okay, so I'm taking Chevelle over there, and I said, so her mom's gonna be walking around with you, right? And you know your sister right away. She's like, well, I think so. I said, what do you mean you think so? She's like, well, oh, look at this. Look at this. Sorry, folks. So-and-so, the mom's name, wanted me to let you know she ended up just going in with us, and she sat with me when I didn't want to go into haunted houses. All right, so now she's off the hook, or she's lying to me, which I don't think she'd lie to me because I will find out. But we're on our way over there today, and now all of a sudden the mom is taking them, but isn't going in. And I said, that wasn't the deal. I'm not having her drop you off, come back to where we live, and then like go back there to get you. I don't want you girls walking around at your age and they're all pretty and dressed all funky and stuff, you know. So I almost called it. I almost turned around. After I bought the $70 ticket today, I almost turned around and just didn't even let her go. I said, tell her, you know, ask her mom, I'd like to talk to her, please. So mom comes out and she's like, hey, I hope that no information got kind of... but my plan was to drop them off. I'm not going to be riding rides, so I didn't want to pay the $60 or whatever to get myself in. So I'm going to hang out in the parking lot, read a book. She actually said she was going to watch The Office, of course, my favorite show ever. And so like I'm talking to Chevelle at the front door right in front of the mom, and I'm like, dude, you get why I am the way I am, right? Like I've seen some stuff and I don't want anything to happen to you guys. And, you know, of course she gets it. The mom assured me that she would be right outside, and turns out apparently she went in. So no harm, no foul. But I told your sister, and I'm telling you, and I'll tell your brother, like me being cool about certain things. I'm kind of like, I got to be done doing that, because while I am your friends, I'm your dad first. And it means more to me that you guys are safe than how much you like me. As a matter of fact, I don't care if you like me or not. I'm still going to do, I mean, I do care, but my job is to keep you safe. I have to do what's best for you and most safe.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, right now, how you're sitting over there falling asleep, I should just tell you to go upstairs and go to bed. Do you want to log out and peace out and go upstairs and go to bed?
I mean, I want to say a couple more things.
Go ahead. Hit it.
All right, wait 1 second.
We're already at 48 minutes, so we're only going to go for a couple more anyway. To who? No, I won't do that yet.
Okay. Then
What else you got, Cuzzo? You did really good on this, man. You're a good talker.
thank you.
You were really good on the other one too. Just like I said, man, the security.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that, and just like hasn't had too much. It was crazy that night, really crazy.
Yeah, but
There's
we're
a
done now. Everybody's cool, and you know, everybody got home safe and all that stuff. No harm, no foul. Nothing really got broken. It's not
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just that as a parent like me, and I think my audience is getting to have a good idea of who I am and how I am and what I am. I wasn't built for that.
Yeah.
But I did, dude, you got to give me a little bit. I kept it together pretty well. Like, I think when I had to bark, I think it was necessary, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't go around yelling at somebody else's kid, but when you're in my home, you will act accordingly or you will leave. And I don't care. I definitely don't care about some little ass boys. And so, you know, when things would start getting out of control, the one kid was like, they were like kind of fighting, dude. Not fighting for real, but like it was elevating. And I'm just like, "Roar," and started barking at people, man, I'm not having that shit. You know, I just won't do it. I don't let my kids do it. I'm sure as hell not going to let some other kid do it. And I'll tell you about it. And if your parents have a problem with it, I'd love to talk to them too, because half of the shit's probably their fault. The fact that their kids are going to other people's houses acting like that.
Yeah.
That's a parental thing. And I'm not saying these people are bad parents. I'm just saying if I find out my kids go somewhere acting silly in somebody else's house, it's on.
Yeah.
You guys know that shit. I'm not, when you guys leave this, my mom always said, when you leave this house, you're a direct reflection of me. Now, I did some stupid stuff, of course, growing up, but for the most part, when I was around parents, man, I used manners and respect, and because I felt that was my duty to make sure my mom didn't look like some shitbag.
Yeah.
Here I am saying bad words. That's what it is. So, it's all good. Done and over with now, but lesson learned. Your 13th birthday is going to suck. You're going to sit in the dark by yourself.
No.
What do you want to do for yours? You got any plans yet?
No idea yet.
You got a couple years, but
yeah.
Nothing wrong with planning.
Yeah.
All right, man. Say bye to everybody and get your butt upstairs and go to bed. You got to brush your teeth. Good.
I know. All right, bye. And I also want to shout out Aunt Nikki.
Oh, what up, Aunt Nikki? Yeah, she might hear us.
Yeah. She watches them, so.
Yeah, she's doing good.
All right.
Good.
Peace out, everyone. Savvy out.
Have a good day and all that stuff. All right, get upstairs and brush your teeth. I'll be up in a minute. I'm just gonna talk for a minute. No, just set it down. You're making a bunch of noise in the mic. It's all good. No, don't be sorry, man. It's cool. You don't know. You'll be a pro podcaster like your daddy soon. I love you, kid. See you. Good job. Thank you. Oh, goodness. I couldn't, I don't know, you don't want to say too much, but dude, it's like she was telling me everything that was going on. Now, I've taught them, like, you don't always just go run and tell. But it was important that she did last night because, I mean, like, if somebody was getting, hey, Dad, and she would let me, I'm like, all right, I'll keep an eye on it. It's cool. I don't need to go jump. But, I mean, she is my road dog. That one she's my chick, man. She's cool. Let's turn her stuff down. But, yeah, it was fucking eventful, dude. I mean, and I know they're all good kids, but it was way too much. So went and played golf Friday. Dude, I went to the range last week with my buddy Captain from work. I have a slice. I have golfed, I don't know, 20 times maybe in my life. So my expectations should not be what they are, but I feel like as an athlete, former athlete and athletic person, how hard is it to hit a freaking ball with a club? If you're listening to this and you play golf at all, you know. And if you don't play golf at all, it's fucking hard, let me tell you. So we're at the range, and he lets me use his son's clubs. His son was like, I don't know, team golfer and really, really good. So like I know it's nice equipment. Oh, sorry. But I went and got myself a $20 driver there's a place called Play It Again Sports. I don't know if that's all over the country or not. To my people up in Alaska, and check this out, I got somebody in Poland too, apparently. It had to have been a mistake. They just clicked on this fucking thing. But if you are from Poland listening to me, you got a hoodie on the way if you email me. pjmdjm1961@gmail.com. Boom. Or just leave me a comment or something. I'll get with you. I got this $20 driver from Play It Again Sports. It's got like a dimple in it. It's a piece of shit. It's just a driver. I just wanted to go to the range and mess around a while back. So I got a driver and a putter. I do have a slice. Well, I got my education off of YouTube like everybody else and went to the range a couple times. And it's like, and my buddy Captain, if he ever comes on here, he'll vouch for me, dude. I'm not blowing smoke. After a little bit, I can kind of, if I keep my front shoulder down, I can get to the bottom of this slice thing. And I think I was driving around probably 300 and then rolling past that. I mean, I was at the range, I was fucking smoking them and fairly straight. I mean, like the size of a fairway. Had I been able to take that swing to the course on Friday, dudes would have been asking for my autograph. Not really, but I mean, I was hitting great. we get a tee time for. We're both working together Thursday. I'm off Friday. He's off. This is past Friday. I'm off Friday. He's off Friday. I'm like, dude, let's get a tee time Friday. Well, I guess everybody had tournaments Friday, so we got one tee time, a pretty nice course, for 6:35 in the morning. Uh-oh. What, do you want to sit in for a minute, cuz? Sure. Let your dog out. Cash is coming down. So we get a 6:35 tee time Friday morning. Obviously, you want to get to the range and warm up a little bit. Don't leave that open. All them flies are going to get here. Let them out or don't. I don't care. Just close it. Just come in and close it, man. He's a baby. So we wanted to get there early and warm up a little bit. So we show up to the range at like 5:30. Well, we figured that the range had light, like some ranges just have lights and they're open early and you can just start whacking balls in the dark and it doesn't even matter where they're going. You just get loosened up. That didn't happen. So we got the trucks parked right by the wall, right by the grass, you know, and the sprinkler turns on. It's like a 40, 50 foot sprinkle. The sprinkle is a freaking fire hose. This thing starts whipping around. Now you would think if there is a lane of grass that you would set the sprinkler to go to the far left and to the far right. It would stop, you know, it would go all the way left, stop at a certain point, kick back around and head to the right and water the grass of the driving range. Well, it didn't. It did a whole 360 and came around the parking lot. So our dumbasses are standing there. Here comes the water. So we like jet. First of all, I left my window down because it's 6 o'clock in the morning and we were just standing there. So I just let the window down. It didn't hose my whole truck out, but it got like the door. So I'm like, great. Here comes like 6:25. It's still dark out. We are not going to get to warm up at all. So we drive up the street to the clubhouse. Dude pulls up with Cash. I was telling you the other day, there's a leaf blower, right? Mm-hmm. Then there's a leaf blower for big parking lots. And this dude had his golf cart with a little trailer with this leaf blower, but it's not a leaf blower. It's a freaking motor. Yeah. And it's got like this 6, 8, 10-inch tube on it, and he can control where the tube aims. So now our trucks are soaking wet. This dude comes by, and like we're standing in the parking lot. Like people are showing up, and this is a nicer course around here. It's called Bear Creek, if anybody gives a shit or if you're from around here. Bear Creek, it's nice. It's in Wentzville. It's a nice course. Well, it's supposed to be. But we got a deal on it because the only tee time they had around was like 6:35 in the morning. So we got it for a little bit cheaper, which is great. But these dudes hose down the truck, and then he comes around with this freaking blower, dude. And I mean, I'm just like, we're standing in the parking lot. I'm going, do they not want us here? Like, what is going on? The place opens in 10 minutes. Like, it's not weird that we're here. So we get through all that and get hosed and then get dusted and get out on the range. There's these two other guys. It turned out to be really cool dudes. They were both good golfers, which sucks because now, like, when you're not a good golfer and you got to be by good golfers, it's just like more embarrassing and everything. But, you know, everybody sucks a little bit. But I couldn't hit a shot straight. I mean, I was hitting them a ton, but it was just
off balance.
The freaking slice, dude. So Cash, a slice is when you hit the ball out this way and it starts to just, well, if you're right-handed, it just goes off to the right. Like, when I say off to the right, I mean in the freaking woods. Yeah. I bought 45 balls the day before, and I think I might have half of them left. I'm not even sure. I think I lost a ball a hole at least. Like, that's embarrassing. Yeah. I was just talking about, like, I was an athlete. I'm still very athletic and all that. You should be able to hit a freaking ball with a club, no problem. It's not that easy.
Yeah. Looks a lot harder than it actually is.
No, it is a lot harder than it looks, is what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Yeah, it's terrible. My drives, junk all day. Like, I got distance, but I don't care about distance so much. And I know that was my problem was because when we were at the range, I was just swinging through. I was not trying to muscle anything. And when we were on the course, I was muscling everything and then just get frustrated. So I quit keeping score, I think, at like the 10th or 11th hole. I'm like, Kevin, don't even worry about it. I don't want to know. I mean, I shot. It was just dog shit. It was terrible. But
had better days, huh?
I had, well, not really on a golf course, no. But it's weird how you can get to be decent at something on a driving range, and then you get to a course to try to like. So, okay, you're practicing soccer, you're practicing football. Me and you are outside in the front, and you can throw the football 35, 40 yards, whatever. You can throw the football pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you get to a game and you can't throw it 10 feet. It's just like, what happened? I think I'm doing the exact same thing. And it turns out you're not, because you're,
Pressure.
you're pressure, nervous. There's other people watching. You got to hurry up, and then you lose a ball. Now you got to hurry up.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
What? I don't know what the deal was, man, but it was not pretty. So I told Captain I'm done golfing, which of course I'm not. I was gonna see what time we were gonna play this Friday, but guy at work needed. So I was just telling you guys earlier about being extra man. My schedule was supposed to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, extra man. So that's 6 to 4 shift. Now my buddy he's got some stuff going on, so I had to take his Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night shift. So got a couple night shifts this week, but my weekend should still be pretty clear. So I don't know. Maybe we'll hit the range and see if we can straighten this thing out. But
Yeah.
trying to see if Alicia will get me some clubs for my birthday, and now I'm wondering, like, no, I'm just kidding. I need to dude, it takes so much practice. It's like anything else. You got to do it over and over and over and over and over to even be decent at it. And then,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how to throw a football my first time.
no, you didn't. You did not know how to throw a football until a year and a half ago, and now you can throw a freaking football.
Yeah.
You got a good arm, though. You got a freaky arm. Like baseball, even when we were playing baseball, you can throw the ball halfway down. Like, you got a good arm on you. But what happened at your game Saturday? Yeah, we had a so Saturday started out 9:00 football game, which means we need to be there at 8. We should have been there a little earlier because the other team was there much earlier than that. They basically, do you agree? They basically played a slow, don't move it around that much. They basically played like a slow walkthrough game, a whole game before we got there, or before your game started. Would you agree?
Yeah, they were. You know what easy ups are?
No.
There's like, like your routes 1 through 9.
I know that from you.
Yeah, I think they were just kept running those and practicing hitting. Like, they were there like 2 hours earlier before the game, maybe even more.
Would you agree that probably worked out to their benefit?
I would. Yeah.
Yes. They turned the freaking scoreboard off. It worked out for them.
It wasn't that bad.
It was 28-0 in the second. I mean, it was tough, dude. You guys got
Yeah,
bullied.
but we still played really good. They're the second best team in the nation. We're the worst team in the nation.
Not in the nation, in like maybe the
League.
conference or division or something, but not in the nation.
Yeah.
How did you do personally, though? Football's a team sport and all that other stuff, but how did you do personally? If you guys can't win, maybe, Cash and I have been talking about, like, set your own goals for yourself. Okay, so you guys are down. That's a bummer. You might not be able to come back from whatever the lead ended up being. Like I said, they turned off the scoreboard because at some point now, with kids being sensitive, they don't want to see how bad they're getting beat, which whatever. But so we have been talking about, like, if you're not going to win the game, that's one thing, but you can work on personal things, getting sacks or tackles or whatever. So how did you do?
Myself, I think I did pretty good. I had like 3 sacks. Maybe that running back was running the ball awful a
Fast,
lot.
dude. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even that he was fast. He had really good blockers, and
Yeah.
he always went to the outside. And my corners were just
Yeah. It was a tough game.
Yeah, it truthfully, it was tough. But like, we could have played a lot better. I know we could have.
It doesn't seem to me. This is just me. I never played football, people. I know very little about it. Cash has taught me more about football this season and through flag football than I have known in my whole 40 years. It doesn't seem to me like a lot of these teams, this is their first year in tackle football.
Yeah, coaches were talking about it. Some of those teams have been together 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Some even 5.
It seems to me like they're all pretty well oiled, like they've been playing a while.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think if you hey, Chevelle home? All right, she's on her way. It seems to me like next year, you know, when you guys are used to things and you know each other and you know each other's strengths and weaknesses, hopefully things change a little bit. But it is tough, man. You guys have had some pretty big dudes and some teams that just look like they've been playing for a few years, and that's tough to beat.
And everybody is just 10 times bigger than us. Like
Yeah.
Warrington, they had a guy bigger than you.
I think they had a few bigger than me, which isn't saying much. I'm 5'9", 170. But
Yeah, they weighed more than that though.
Alicia's down here wrestling with the dog because that's good for podcasting.
Shout out to Michael.
Oh, yeah. That's our cousin. Yeah. He's bigger than me for sure. And he's in 6th grade? 7th grade? Maybe?
We were thinking 7th grade because hear me out.
That fool's a junior in high school.
Dad. So Warrington had a 7th grade team last year, right?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, they didn't have a 7th grade team this year, and they had double the players on the 6th grade team that they had last year.
So you're thinking that they got some sophomores?
That's what
No.
That's what every coach was saying, that they got some 7th graders on their team.
They have to go through and check. They have to, you know, there is a verification thing. They don't just nobody. You can't just show up and play. There are rules to it, and they're just bigger and better. That's all there is to it.
Truthfully, they weren't fast. We were catching up to them, but yeah, they were much bigger. People couldn't tackle them.
Yeah, I mean it's tough.
If they were our size, we would have a really close game.
Well, if your uncle had boobs, he'd be your aunt, buddy. That doesn't mean anything. They are bigger than you, so you got to figure out a way. But it was a tough day. So we got football game done. It was 90 or 91, I think, at 9 o'clock. I mean, it was hot early.
Yeah.
I got home, cut the grass real quick. Alicia had to go get all the drinks, and then we kind of got the house together. Had to do a little bit of decorating, and then later on, Cash and I ran and got all the food, and then the party, then the nightmare, started. So we already talked about the party, Savvy and I.
You guys did?
Yeah, she was telling the good people how she was letting Dad know what was going on. I wasn't having it. That's a last, dude. But I'll tell you guys something else. The weird thing is, if Cash had a crew of his boys over here, it would be different, right? It's the mixture of the two, I think. Because if Chevelle has a bunch of girls here, it's not that bad. Like I said, they've got the TV on and they're dancing and screaming and hollering, and it's ridiculous, but you are ready for that. It was the mixture of the two that I think was a problem. Because when Cash, it's not like you ever have 15 dudes here, but if you did, it would be very characteristic of having 15 dudes here. You guys would be, of course, slamming the basketball and punching the bag, but I would be like ready for that. For some reason, it was the mixture of these dudes showing off for girls and all that other stuff. It was just like, I'm not the right guy for that. But some of the boys were saying, like, you're a good dad or you're a cool dad or whatever. And then I told the girls, man, when the boys left, I'm like, look, man, I'm sorry if I, made anybody nervous or anything from yelling. They're like, no, it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It's what it is. Act right.
Yeah, for my birthday, I was thinking about having a bunch of boys over.
Well, we'll have a bunch of boys somewhere, but maybe in a big open field.
It'll probably be more than 15.
Your party's going to take place in a just big open field with nothing around. That's what you get. You get a bale of hay to play with.
I don't think how much people die.
I'm sure your football team will show up. But see, I think it's a cool thing to do there is like urban air. Y'all go play around all that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be like 30 people.
I don't care. I'll pay it. I can't have all that many people in my house again. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Alicia's a weirdo with her stuff. Actually, she was pretty calm last night as far as like
games.
Yeah, she had her game and she tried to. She made everything really special. Took Chevelle shopping and everything. So it was like she tried really hard. But
yeah.
Alicia's thing is she will not rest until her house is clean, and it's awesome for me because I care, but not as much as her, and she wants things done right. So when I get up this morning to make breakfast for everybody, everything was clean. The dishes were done. It was awesome. I'm like, I don't mind having people over for that reason because she will not go to bed until her house is spotless again. So that's sick because there's nothing worse than waking up to a house. It's like, oh, look at all this stuff I got to do,
Yeah.
which you and I both failed. We didn't bring the table down earlier. We got yelled. I got yelled at for that. So I'll have to do it tomorrow.
I mean,
We gotta bring the table down and then hang up some pictures again.
why did we take the pictures down in the first place?
Because to set up that banner thing that said happy birthday, and they had like a little place to take photos. Nobody took a photo.
Yeah, they did.
Badass kids, did they? Well, yeah, they were doing selfies.
Selfies and photos are the same thing.
Another weird thing with the kids and sitting around and being on their phones. It's weird, but
Yeah.
listen, man, you got anything you want to say? I'm going to bed.
No, I'm probably hitting the hay too.
Hitting the hay.
Yeah.
Did you make your lunch, or are you buying tomorrow, or what do you got going on?
I might pack mine in the morning.
Well, do you have an alarm set?
Yes.
Do you have 2 alarms set?
3.
3? Attaboy. Well, it's 9 o'clock and it's way past your dad's bedtime. Folks, I had a day yesterday, as they say. Isn't that what they say? I had a day. Yesterday was a day.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Episode number 9, I think. We're almost 10 years old, dude. So that's good. We're making our way, man. Trying to keep them going every Monday.
90 away. Well, 91 away.
Yeah, I promised 100, and damn it, I'm gonna do 100. So, I was saying, I try to keep these things coming Monday morning, so you guys can have something to listen to on the way to work, and maybe hopefully laugh a little bit and get rid of your case of the Mondays. Have you ever heard that? I got a case of the Mondays because
No, but
nobody likes Mondays. They suck.
yeah, I know people don't like Mondays, but I never heard of the case of the Monday.
I think it was on a movie. Yeah, Office Space, right? Wasn't it Office Space? Alicia knows nothing about pop culture. Office Space, I'm pretty sure, was when they said, somebody's got a case of the Mondays. That's exactly what it was. I know it. Yeah, so I'm going to keep these things coming Monday. Again, my people from Alaska and Poland, shoot me a text or an email, pjmdjm1961@gmail. Alicia has a possible in on some hoodie type stuff, but I don't want to do you guys anything shitty like some kind of halfway printed out thing that, the mom next door could buy like a printing press for. I want to actually have my idea is have the photo of Echo that you guys see on Spotify and YouTube and all that. I want to have that on the back, like an actual good photo or something. And then, I don't know what else. I got some ideas, but, so Alicia ordered some football stuff, for all of us. And so I'm going to see how the product comes out because it's a small business and, I want to support that anyway, but I'm going to see what we get, if it's good. I like the, Gildan, whatever it is. I like their hoodies. They fit well and good material and they're comfortable and all that. So I don't want to just get something going that's like crappy. So if it takes me a little bit, just believe me that I'm trying to make a better product. So I'm working on some things. We've got Dr. Larry Shapiro coming in on the 13th. So in 12 days, really looking forward to that one. If you know anybody who, you guys know my history, addiction, mental health, all that stuff. If you know anybody who might be struggling with some of that, please, please, please share this with them. I don't care if they listen to anything else that I do. I really don't. But I think that's one they should tune into. I'm going to go over why he does what he does, how he got started, what he's doing now. Please email me some questions if you have them, because I'd love to ask him. I know my story. I know what I have to say, but then there's like other people that have questions that I can't relate to. And if I can, I'd like to get an answer, from the guy who saved my life and my marriage. That I've told you guys, he's the reason. He's one of the sole reasons I'm here. So if you have any questions, again, email me, pjmdjm1961@gmail, or just comment on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. Try to get a hold of me somehow so I can ask him some good questions. One way or another, it's going to be a good interview because the dude's he's a genius and a great person. And he's here to help. He's here to save lives. That's what he does. So I'm looking forward to that one coming up. I'll probably get you guys another one out before then too. Like I said, I'm trying to do Mondays. So, yeah, man, just getting back to work, and hope you guys have a good day today. And oh shit, did we do anything nice for anybody? Oh, somebody did something nice for me. Was at the car wash the other day, and the dude that works on the car wash he had the work truck in there just running a what's it called if you're like a test run.
Oh yeah.
I go to put my card in and buy a car wash. I need to get all that stuff from the golf course off of it. He goes, "Hey man, if you wait a minute, I'll run you through for free just to do another test run, make sure everything's working." I'm like, "Man, are you sure?" You know, I say, I'll buy you a soda or a drink or something if you want. He was like, "No, man, it's no big deal." So he did something really nice for me, so I appreciate that. It was like a expensive drive-through car wash on that one. So shout out to that dude, man. Thanks for doing something nice for me. So I got to pay it back, and I will. So what's up?
I'm trying to think if I did something.
Did you do anything nice for anybody? Well, you had a good party for your sister. That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Think about it. Get back to me. We got.
Oh, I got that ball for that guy.
Oh yeah, you did go get a soccer ball. There you go.
I did that a few times.
There you go, man. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take a bunch of money. You don't have to go out of your way and get into your bank account for something. Sometimes it's just something that easy and people appreciate it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we've done something for somebody, but
Yeah, we usually do.
it's all good. It's not about keeping score, man. It's just trying to be better than we were yesterday or some shit. I don't know. All right, man. You guys have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. Sign off, bro.
See ya.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.